Okay, hopefully, let me make sure that's working. Sorry, I had to just... All right, we're gonna have to wait a minute because I've made too many videos today and there's no notifications and nobody knows we're live. I'm going to put some tags in. I'm gonna start doing things a little differently. So this is going to be just about this. And when I do, if I come on at night and do true crime, it's going to be just true crime and it's going to be off. And then if we go play games or crafts or whatever after that, it's going to be another live. I'm going to try to keep the videos more content specific and not have big giant lives with everything in it. I'm going to bring them down. It's going to be a little bit hard at first because YouTube is not going to give notifications like what's happening now, and people are just going to have to kind of look for us in order to find us. But I am just trying to get some tags in here, and let me do this. And just put that. Okay, now maybe that will help a little bit. And we'll see, we'll just see what happens, and then maybe, hold on, let me put this in. There we go. Okay. Save. All right. Well. Okay, so I did watch the interview that the interview room did with Candace, and I took notes here. So I'm just going to go through. I've got to separate my notes from the trial because I was watching some of that. They want, okay, so let me go to Kansas. Indirect, and so that's still the trial. Here we go. So I know it started. So I came in a few minutes late and then I went back and listened to the whole thing. But my notes are a little out of order because I went back first. Let me just get to where I have the... Okay, so the first thing that he points out is that she has a Paw Patrol shirt on, but it says Mom Patrol instead of Paw Patrol. And then they're by the car talking about the things she likes. And so she mentions some of the things she plays with, the Frozen stuff, and these little dolls with, well, she says these little figures with the big eyes. And I think what she means is those Thai animals. Remember I found them, it was in the Dollar Tree. They're made by the company that makes Beanie Babies. Boos, I think they call them. So I think that's what she's talking about. And she says she doesn't really like the LOL dolls. Okay, so they're by the... can I tweet it? Yeah, I could tweet it. Let me see. Okay, let's see what happens. Anyway, all right. Let me get back. Where do I have you guys? Where do I have you guys? Okay. So, there we go. So they're by the car still, okay? And then, again, she's wearing the Paw Patrol shirt. She has a pair of, looks like, basketball shorts on. And they are at the swimming hole, okay? And I think that's, what is it? Something Horses Park or something, but it's a state park. And again, they were outside of her car. Let me see. And she's talking about the big eye animals, and if they're made by, I'm pretty sure the ones that are those Thai boos, okay? But she says she doesn't really like the LOLs, and she likes these little ones, so she gets them for her, but she doesn't remember what they're called. And let's see what else she said. See, I've got to go back to my beginning. She knows the knee. Okay, so he wants her to walk through. I'm just going to go back to the interview and then I'll look at my notes because I had to move my notes around. He wants her to walk through what happened. So they start to walk to the swimming hole and tell him a little bit. Well, she had to bring her mother to the hospital for her knee. And her story differs from Hunter's because Hunter said that she called him. She says Hunter called her. Hunter called her and said, what are you doing? And she said, I've got Mom here with the knee. And he said, why don't you come on over for a little bit? And she said, well, I don't know. You have to ask your mother. And he apparently asked his mother, and she said, okay. So they went over there. Another place where it differs is where she says that Summer's bathing suit was on when she left the house because she's hot, and it's just a little thing, and she likes to wear it, okay? With no intention of that time of going swimming, so she had the bathing suit on. She also left the 3 boys home alone. We'll go into that, but when he did ask her about how old is the oldest boy, she said 13. He said he was babysitting, and she said, no, they were sleeping and watching TV. So, I mean, the boys must be sleeping way in, and why wouldn't, if she thought she was going to go to the swimming hole, why wouldn't she have got her boys? So I don't think, so she's saying the swimming hole wasn't planned, and it kind of looks that way because she didn't have the boys. I would think that if she knew she was going to the swimming hole, she would take the boys with her. Okay. And she said that, let's see, so she's back to that day. So she says that when they got out, her and Summer got out, she told Summer, wait, she had to go around to the other side of the truck and open the door so that her mother and Hunter could get out. This differs again. She says Hunter runs off in the woods. She doesn't know where he's going, okay? And, let's see, before that, hold on a minute. Sorry, I am ahead of myself. She drops her mother off at the hospital. She calls Hunter. No, hold on a minute. She drops her mother off at the hospital. Hunter calls her. She has her mother at the hospital, goes over to Hunter's house, gets Hunter. They go back to pick up the mother. They pick up the mother. She's got a prescription for Walgreens, okay? Thank you, Deborah Swinky. She's got a prescription for Walgreens. They drop it off. They tell them it's going to be about 30, 35 minutes. She says, if it's going to be 30, 35 minutes, why don't we go to the swimming hole and let Summer play there for a little bit, okay? Before they do that, they go to a smoke shop. She says at this smoke shop, she picks up this twisted tea, which she says is for her mother, okay? She doesn't know how Hunter got it, if he got it, or what. And Chris said, well, that is going to be your word against his. Yes, that's what it is, okay? She says that the whole kind of beach area was littered with Twisted Tree cans anyway, the last time they came. Then they went to that other hippie shop, and there she bought 3 nicotine vapes. She put them on the center console. She said she never gave them to Hunter. If he has one, he took it, okay? And she mentioned that she doesn't drink the Twisted Tea, or she drinks, her and her mother drink Mountain Dew. All right, but she got the Twisted Tea for her mother, so I'm not sure about that. All right, now let's see. So when they get to the swimming hole, they get out, like I said, and the mother had a cane or something because she has to walk down a little path to the water. And apparently Summer goes right in the water. There are no rocks around there. There's some wood branches and stuff sticking up from the water. And she says that Summer goes in about waist high and she's playing around, and Candace is taking TikTok videos. As they walk down, she said that she's a little, everything is in slow motion these days, okay? And they're just kind of slow. Now let's see here. She does not keep everything in slow motion. She put the bathing suit on at home. And they're walking down, let's see. Her mother walks slow down there with a cane. She can't keep track of time. She says she doesn't keep track of time. She merely gets up in the morning and goes to bed. She knows that her mother's appointment was, I think, at 8:30 a.m., but that's all she knows. She has no idea what time anything happened, okay? Let's see. Mother, Summer, Hunter, and Summer. Okay, Hunter went off in the woods. Then at some point, Hunter comes back. He does get into the water. He splashes Hunter at one point, which she says, no, don't splash her. I don't want her splashed, you know. And then never said anything about Summer going under the water, not slipping on a rock. There are no rocks to slip on. She showed Chris this. And at some points, she says she has to go smoke a cigarette. She's upset. She'll start to cry. There are parts of the interview that are cut out. You can see where they come back, and it's different, where maybe she got upset. She also said that she doesn't want to she likes coming to the swimming hole because not many people go there. And she wants to keep her kids away from other kids because of the pandemic. And she also said that she's a kind of a loner. She doesn't like to be around a lot of people other than her family. They talked a little bit about Allie, Hunter's mother, and what's went on there. And yes, they had a falling out. Because I sorry that I moved. I have my... Here we are, falling out because now she said Hunter's daddy, she doesn't know if they were ever married, but he was supposed to move in, and this is the Jose guy, and she said that both of them were staying at her house. And so she was like, okay, whatever. But then this Jose guy says, wait a minute, I like chicks with D's, okay? And then Allie said, well, then I'm out of here. She picks up and leaves, okay? But Jose is still living over there. I assume that this is when Don is over in Utah from August of 2020 to October. That's what I'm imagining this is when it was, okay? Because she does say that that Allie said she's out of there, and now she's hateful, and she left the guy here. And then where did the guy go to? She said, well, when the guy got into a little thing with Don, which is, I think, when Don was arrested and she called the cops and all that stuff, that her mother took him to a friend's house in North Carolina, to a chick's house, but she doesn't know where or what or anything about it, okay? And he had no vehicle, okay? And let's see. So they go back again. So you're down here. Summer's playing. Yeah, she's playing in the water. And then they go, what is about these flowers? And she says, oh, well, my mother wanted to look at these flowers, but oh, where did all the flowers go? All the flowers are dead. They were flowers over here, she said. And she told her mother, you can't take those flowers. You can get in a lot of trouble because this is state land, right? So you can't take those flowers. And Summer's playing just like a normal kid. So Hunter went out there and she said they were pretty far apart in the water. And she's taking videos. He threw up some gang signs. Because he's throwing up gang signs, she's flipping the camera around to the flowers and then back. She's trying not to get these gang signs that he's throwing up there, okay? And let's see. Summer would go under the water, but stick her head under, come right up. She has no idea why Hunter said that whole thing, that she went under the water, dry drowning and all that stuff. She said that is not true. None of that is true. And let's see. Again, he started to splash Summer. She told him to stop. And then, remember, they dropped that prescription off at Walgreens. It was time to go and pick that up. She never saw him drink the twisted tea. So they went to Walgreens. They go to pick that up. Then she says, well, we might as well go to Sonic. It's across the street. And then she had to pick up a few things at Priceless. Here's where there's another big discrepancy. She says she was in the store for just 5 minutes. Okay? Hunter said, remember, an hour, but it wasn't that long. So there's a big discrepancy there on the time. She also said that Hunter lied when he said that he didn't have a TikTok or he didn't do TikTok. She said he sent her so many TikTok videos that he's made. And she said it was also another lie that Allie came out to the car. She never came out to the car. That Summer was awake when she got there. And she tried to get Allie to come out there, but Allie wouldn't come out there. When asked about the flavors of the slushies, she said, I think I had lemon grape. I think my mother had lemon grape. No, she had blue water. And I think Hunter had a blue one. But I don't remember her mentioning Summer's, unless she said they both had blue grape. I don't know. She went into Priceless. She said she was very quick in there. And then when she mentioned the TikTok videos that he sent her, Chris says, did you give those to the TBI? And she goes, oh, no, I'm supposed to go down maybe Tuesday on I have some official business. Maybe I'll do it then. So apparently she's got something that the TBI doesn't even have yet, and makes it sound like she still has her phone. They haven't taken that. All right, which is weird because they took Hunter's phone, remember? Okay, at least he says that. And what about the milk? Well, it's like no big deal for her with the milk. She said it was just sitting beside Summer, and she did change her clothes, okay, because she gets very cold and she can't leave the window open, and that agreed with what Hunter said. And then when he asked her to describe Summer, she said she's happy, she's the best little girl, and then she said, just like, I don't want to say her name, and then Chris said, okay, well, don't say her name. So she spoke about her, and not in the past tense in that what she said there. Then she said, every time I look around, I see her face. I don't know. I don't know what I'm. I don't know. She said she doesn't know what something. I don't know. Oh, what time that they drove home. Okay, but she told Hunter, you're not coming home with us. I'm dropping you at your house. And then she said something like, I think, Mom said she fell asleep. And explains the arms up comment. She said her mother said that Summer fell asleep. So she took a quick look. She was driving. And she said that the little girl Summer had her arms up just like her father sleeps. And she told the mother, hurry, take a picture because she has her arms up like Dawn. And the mother doesn't really know technology, and she took a video instead. And by the time she asked her to do it again, she then said that's why she says her arm came down, and she said to the mother, does she still have her arm up or something? Okay, that's how she explained that. She said that she woke her up when she got back. She called the boys out to help with the groceries because that's what she always does. They've been watching TV and sleeping. And she didn't plan for Hunter to be with them. But she was trying to say she always would take Allie's kids with them because Allie doesn't do anything with them. She just sits there. 3 to 4 months ago, she asked Allie to go to Ducktown. And she said, no, I just want to sleep. So she took Hunter. And let's see. But she doesn't know. She said, I thought Allie and I were fine, but she just wants to get back at me. And I don't know what to do. I want to find my daughter. That's what I want to do. Chris says, I want to find her too. Walk me through this. Go ahead. She brought the kids came out. They got the groceries. They went inside. They started to sort through the groceries. Some were her mother's. They put them away while they were watching TV. And they were just chilling. And she was doing some laundry. Okay, now I've got to go back to the start. Hold on. My notes are so screwed up. And her mother was asking her what she was going to do. And her mother was sitting on their camper step because the mother lived. She doesn't anymore. On the camper step. And the mother said something about she had to get some plants transplanted on the side or something. And we know the boys won't help. But Summer will help. And so she went inside to get Summer. And Summer was playing with those little figures with the big short figure things with the big eyes. And let's see. So she said, let's go over by Grandma and transplant some flowers. She said, we're not fast people. So we're getting it done. And then they went into Grandma's trailer. They washed their hands. And she asked Grandma for a piece of candy. And she let her have a piece of candy. And then 5 to 10 minutes later, Summer said, Mommy, can I go to our house? I want to play with my toys. So she said, okay. And she said that she walked her across and she, made sure she got into the house. And then after 5 or 2 minutes, but she's not a timer, she says. She's not a timer. She went back in the house and she said to her brothers, where's Summer? And she said, her boys don't lie. And they said, she's downstairs. And she said, are you sure she's downstairs? And yes. And then she mentioned something about a bar, and it's really a TV stand, but the steps are kind of behind it. So she started to go downstairs, and she ran down. She said she started to run down because she was calling Summer, and she wasn't answering, and she was freaking out. She said she blew up. She was just gone, nowhere. She goes, I sent my boys down to the creek to look, and they didn't find her, and she was freaking out, she said. And she threw her phone on the truck bed, she said. And then she went to her mother's to call. She called Don with her phone, and he said to call 911. And then she threw her phone down on the truck bed. I don't know why she's saying it was her phone all cracked up or something. And then she said, I was flipping out. I was a hot mess, as someone would say. And then she went to her mother's because her mother had the only phone that could call 911. So I don't understand how she could call Dawn from her phone, but she couldn't call 911. But she did call them, and then she said she couldn't wait. So she got into the car and she started driving around. Okay, and then they flashed back to what do you think happened? And she said the only thing that makes sense is someone snuck up and took my baby girl. And Chris is like, do you really think that? How often do you think that happens? What are the odds of that happening? And she's like, what do you mean, what are the odds? It happens all the time. And he's like, yeah, but where you live and stuff, what are the odds of that happening? And she says, could she have walked away and fallen? No, she says she would never go away. She won't go away from the swing or anything like that, right? And what gives you hope? And she said, well, in my heart, I just feel like someone has her and is keeping her away from us. She said she didn't know how many sex offenders live in the area, okay, and Summer would never go away because they've told her how dangerous the woods are, and there's snakes and bears, and she stressed that. She would never go past the swing. And what about calling Hunter? She says, she said that's a bunch of BS about all the stuff he said. And what about Don calling you and saying that there was a guy that was trying to touch the kids? Or she said that's a bunch of BS about that guy. And she said she was so mad, her blood was boiling. She said, I don't know what else to say. And then she starts talking about that guy that was camping, and she said he was there at the same time. Then she mentioned that her mother mentioned a blue van at the neighbors, which she thought was visitors. And then she said, I got to have a cigarette. I don't want to, she was like, and then she continued. She says it doesn't matter what she says, does, or tries to prove. They'll just twist her words. And then she said that one woman that works with Allie, she doesn't know my kids. She doesn't know what we do every day. I don't know why she was speaking out. She doesn't know anything about that. Let's see. She said she's never been or tried to be perfect. She's no different than anyone else. Now she said she can't even enjoy her life without her kids. And what do you mean by that? She said, well, I can't even go here in the water and have fun without her. She talks about, let's see. I've been in there twice. Oh, he told her that he lost a son and it's a hole that you go in. And she said, well, I've been in that hole twice. Once when my sister Rosie disappeared, and now with my daughter. And with my daughter, it's 2 times worse. And I just try to be strong for the boys. Okay, I try to have hope, but I feel everyone is against me. They take a break because she starts crying. And then she said she's never seen so much hate until now, and they talk about the hate on social media and all of that, okay? And about how people think maybe she's being paid for interviews or something. And so they clarify that no one's being paid for any interviews. And she says she doesn't want any money. Okay, I just want my daughter. And she's not interfering with any of the investigation. Okay, she's going to let that go on like it is. She already knows someone will find... Oh, no. Chris said, no matter what you do, someone will find something wrong. Even with this interview, someone will find something wrong with it. And she says, yes, I know. And they talk about Don. Why'd she call Don? Well, she called Don when she couldn't find him. And he said, was he installing drywall? And she said, no, he's a drywall finisher. So, okay. And then yesterday you went to church. Yes, she did. So what happened when you called Don? She said at first he said, are you playing around? And then what was your mom doing? She said her mother was hollering as best she could. Don was at work. Okay, and let me see here. I have to go back to my notes now. I think that, because at that point, when they started talking about Dawn and the house, he was trying to get her to walk her through the house, in her mind. And then then she said she would take him to the house. So they stopped that interview. I just want to make sure. And then that's the rest of that part 2 where she goes through the house is supposed to happen tomorrow, I believe. And Let me see. I think that was about it that happened. Let me see here. Let's see. I will say that to me, oh, and then here's some other things. It was a rough day because that day that they did that interview is the day that they took the boys away. Okay? And her mother no longer lives on the property either. Her trailer is all locked up and she no longer lives there. So I think that was it that they went over. Let me just make sure that I went through all of my notes, because summer ran down, freaking blew up, nowhere to seen. Okay, she freaked out. Everything in slow motion. Yeah, I think I got everything there that I heard. Let me see if you guys have any if you're saying anything. Also, she said that she was buying food for 5 minutes. Yes, she said buy for food 5 minutes. That's what I said. Yeah, she had to get the kids to help with the groceries. Yeah, I know, right? So it was it sounded like a little, very short time just to get a few things, and then the kids all had to come up and help. Correct. She and Chris did the interview on Saturday, and probably tomorrow's house visit was done yesterday. I would think it was done at the same day, because he said, do you want to go up now? I think that was done at the same day. Wouldn't you think that? How can the grandmother just leave? I don't know. Vintage Spider, I don't know why she just left. Jenny from the Hood. Unfortunately, we don't mention that channel because we don't mention other channels here, and I know you're, but that wasn't this interview. This interview was today. This interview just happened, just went live today. So it's not that interview. But, all right, let me see here. She said milk, cheese, and other stuff. Puddin' Lane says, they said she seemed mean. Who said that? Who said she seemed mean, Kristen? Who are you saying that? Who's they? Hi, Anna. It was, he is showing it tomorrow. Right. That's, yes. Jenny, okay, that's okay, Jenny. The fact that Hunter was looking at his mom made me wonder. If I had to say who I thought was more truthful of the two, I would say Candace was being more truthful. I don't know if you felt that or not. I felt she was being more truthful than Hunter was. He didn't ask her anything about the phone messages that said it's done or whatever. He didn't ask her anything about that. I was not sure if your name was for real. I don't have arms of steel. What? Hi, John Wasaki. So did I hear her say that both she and Allie wanted or were... No, I didn't hear that they wanted him, no. I believe that was... Jose was Allie's guy. And then he said what he said, and Allie took off. Let me see. That's my bad. It made me pissed. Christy, the advocate. Jose is not Hunter's father. Friend. Well, I'm just saying what she said. She said there's something about Hunter's father. That's what she said. Laura, that's months ago. In that interview, he acted like he accepted that there was nothing more to do. I just don't know what to think about that. You must be talking about something else. Why would Hunter lie? What's the motive? There's so much more we don't know about all these people. I don't know. Could he be... I don't know. If there's a rift between the two of them, could, that be a motive? Maybe, I don't know. If there's a rift between the two mothers, I don't know. Would that be a motive to lie? I don't know. Amy Darcy Marie. Nice to see you here. I feel she's still alive too, but this search this weekend got me down. Okay. I'm trying to go back to your comments here. I think Candace and Allie are lovers. Allie is trying to hurt Candace because she is involved with Hunter. You think Candace and Hunter are involved together? A 15-year-old and a 40-year-old woman? Hunter seems to be possibly on the spectrum. I have a kiddo that is in that kind of awkward interaction. I think he is having exacerbated issues with reading social cues in the context he is now. Now, in the time she was chewy gum, I've seen so many things that have been going on, so I couldn't figure out what was going on. Okay, strange case, that's for sure. Huh. I know Chris said there were a lot of dogs, and that's true. If someone, well, yeah, that was also, a lot of dogs was also in Allie's interview. Not Allie's interview. Yes, Allie's interview on that Unmasked. She said there were a lot of dogs because their dog just kept having babies between each other. But she said the dogs were very friendly to the kids, but they would rip someone apart that came on the property, is what she said. Candace seemed believable, but I also thought Hunter did when I saw his interview. I don't know what to think. I don't know. I didn't feel Hunter was as believable. I think Chris said he felt that she was being, what did he say, truthful or about some stuff. Let me see. He was trying to look at her eyes and things, and let me see what he said. He said that she was very clear. It was very clear she was being truthful in his opinion. This is his opinion. She was crying, and he said to let authorities do their thing and be compassionate towards her. And with him, it was the 80-20 rule when talking to Hunter. That's what he said. Okay. He felt that he could see a shift in her, that she was very strong and street smart. And let's see here. He especially said what she said, everything moving in slow motion is very true to people that suffer trauma. Everything slows down. It's like living in a movie. Okay, so that's what I'm seeing there. Let me just check something on. I've never seen anything for this channel. This is my first time here. Yeah, Mommy 1919. That's interesting, huh? What's your name come from? When was your profile created? I wasn't born yesterday, Mommy 1919. Hi, Tammy. Hi, Cranky Bubska. Babushka. I wonder if the teen and Mom and Grandma left Summer in the car unattended and someone took her or she died. You don't see he was street smart, yeah. I think he said with the as it related to the gang signs, he was trying to act like a gangbanger, but it made it sound like he really wasn't one. It was something he was trying to do. Carol says Candace definitely knows what happened to that baby. Okay. Such a dirty place to let a child swim. She even says, covered with garbage, why would you swim there? I'm going to wait and see what law officially. I'm not judging anyone. People are assuming because of how they live differently than most people. True. Hi, Star Marie. Hi, Buttercups. Hunter has a girlfriend as there is zero proof of any relationship between Candace and him. Correct. If he thinks he's a gangster and involved with people no one knows about it, and no, Candace is not involved with Hunter. Yeah, I don't think she is either. Hunter said she texted him and told him she was at the ER and then called her. 100% what he said. I am wondering if Hunter, Sandra Cases, was wanting to put himself in this or if he knows more than he is saying. But why would Candace go against him if he knows what happened? So confusing. Yeah. And could it just be the rift between the two friends, between Allie and Candace? Could there be something there and she's just like trying to get back at her? I don't know. That's what Candace said she's doing. She said, hi, Rosalita Marie. She said that they were trying to get back to her. Dare to be Different says something very good. Shane Carey came across very guilty. He really did. His interview had all of these characteristics of somebody that was hiding something and everything else. And it wasn't him, right? Christy Love, sorry, temporary name change. Another channel statement. Oh, yes, I know. Hi, Everlef. I'd like to hear what Grandma has to say, but it doesn't look like she's going to be doing any interviews. Pray they find Summer Moon safe and sound, seeing her dancing in the rain. Maybe someone from the church groomed her poor Summer and took her. Let's see. I know I haven't seen you. Maybe. I think your name is very. I think you know exactly why you picked that name. You know exactly why you picked that name, Mommy 1919. You know 100% why you picked it. It's that what H and A are about, that they are hindering an investigation, in my opinion. This is a sad story. It is a sad story. Jamie says it's a lake. It's not dirty water. Yeah, the water didn't look dirty, and actually the shoreline did not look dirty either. Nothing I saw there looked dirty. It didn't look dirty. It really didn't. Mimi, don't even worry about them. That name and that number was put in here for a reason. It's to try to trigger me. That's all it is. Just don't even worry about them. Let's see here. I'm going to check one other thing. Let me just see what... I'm just trying to read something here. I'm just looking at some other people's what the reaction is. I feel like, and then she starts crying. So I guess what the people are saying, they don't believe that she was about some things about her story, just from what I'm seeing in some comments. Like someone said, I'm sorry, but Candace is not the laundry doing, flower planting kind of mom. And only teared up when was just describing people talking about her, saying that they were against her. Let's see. Let's see if there's anything. Okay, so there's another, I guess there was another interview with Donald on some psychics channel or something, or wait a minute, I'm not sure. Or he doesn't want the psychic there. Let me just see if there's any more insight. So a lot of the people who watched that interview from in a Facebook group, they're saying guilty, trying to cover it up is honestly my opinion. These people love attention. I believe they're guilty. The latter, trying to convince people. He said they had a lawyer. Okay, so most of the people really didn't find her believable that commented here. And someone said that Candace might be pissed about Hunter and Allison's interview, so she's trying to follow suit. I won't be surprised if it's her way to trash them and not making interviews focus on her missing daughter. But then there's other people that say, I honestly don't think Candace had anything to do with Summer's disappearance. Yeah, and then the grocery things is coming up. What about the groceries? I thought it was milk and a few things. Now everyone has to go in the house and separate them. Also, if they weren't planning on the water that day, why did she put her in a swimsuit? That was a little strange. Unless it's just so hot, put on your swimsuit. But maybe they had a kiddie pool out there. I don't know. A lot of things don't add up there. Okay. So I don't know. I mean, that's about it. I mean, it wasn't really I don't know. Maybe tomorrow will be a little more telling. He did say there are some aha moments, but he said there were some aha moments today too, when I didn't really see many aha moments. But, you know, maybe tomorrow will be different. Let's see, where's the live? What do you think? Carolyn, please. Oh, I'm sorry. Okay, yeah. Sorry, maybe. Nana Patty. Does anybody want to come up and say anything? Anybody have any, does anybody want to give their reaction to the interview? Let me know. I can give you a number if you want to come in and talk about your reaction to the interview. What the heck is going on in here? Who was being disrespectful? Who was disrespectful? What happened? I don't know what happened. I wasn't even looking at the chat. Who was somebody who was being disrespectful? What happened? I don't even know what happened. So let's see. Sherry says Candace is telling the truth. Waiting on hair dye to season. Okay. This channel that had a 9-minute phone call. We already went, yeah, J.A., I went over that one with the father yesterday. It's in the reaction to the stepsisters stuff. Okay, I'm getting rid of these. People are all here to just start trouble. Please keep... People keep saying the family is poor, but doesn't look like it to me. They live in house, cars, food. On Facebook, Candace posts lots of restaurant pictures, and Don has a decent job. I agree the parents had nothing to do with it, someone said. I know that when I was younger, I lived in my suite. Why did law enforcement allow the grandmother to move away? I don't know. I mean, I don't know. Could they stop her? You know, if she's not a suspect? I wonder why the TBI has hundreds of phones. Yes, I wonder that too, Ivy Push. I do wonder that, exactly. Adventures with Beth. Okay, you're talking about children. TikTok, I think we're seeing fragments of information. I think law enforcement... Oh, I'm sure law enforcement knows much, much more. Someone is lying. Yeah, someone's lying about the twisted tea, obviously. And she said her and her mother drink Mountain Dew. So why would she get her mother a twisted tea? That doesn't make sense, right? Hey, AJ. Let's see here. You could use Shari Duvall. You could use a twisted tea. Almost 40 years ago, I had a child at 19, and yes, that is too young. These CPS claims concerning. I don't think it looks that dirty. Just a lot of logs, etc. I know people who go to the ocean, and yeah, that the swimming hole did not look dirty to me. Okay, that didn't look dirty. And I didn't see trash or anything around. It didn't look dirty. It didn't look dirty to me. She didn't think she was going to be gone, but a few minutes. Why put a swimsuit before they take? Yeah, it is a little weird, you know, like, or maybe if you put a swimsuit on, you would throw a little sundress on or something, you know, I don't know. Could have Hunter taken the drink from the console and taken it with him when he got... Of course he could have, yeah, could have, Sharon. Sure. She was in a sundress, not a swimsuit. I know this is way out there. Could a large bird or owl have cut? No, she was too big. Yeah, yeah, Sandra. It would be a lot easier to believe Candace if she did this interview in the beginning. Now she's had too much time to rehearse her story. Hey, thank you, John Wasaki. Thank you very much. Hold on, let me get back to the chat here. Okay. Snow River says, why would Hunter just run off in the woods? Yeah, it makes it sound like, what's he doing over there, out in the woods? Was he smoking something? Was he, I don't know, did he go there to drink something? Was he drinking and texting his girlfriend and friends? What was he doing? I don't know if it's even true, right? If it's even true, because he says it's not. So you have to think about which one you believe, They have very different stories. Admittedly, I just started really delving in about a week ago. I didn't follow the case until then, and then I watched a YouTube video which put me down a rabbit hole. Oh yeah, Crystal? Wow. I remember when we used to discuss a case, and then we'd be discussing it, and then we'd have remember that when you say, what if that could be the thing? And we'd be all happy that we figured something out on how something could have gone down. I believe Candace Evla says. Three Sons says, why don't I have volume? You don't have volume? I don't know, Three Sons. No idea. I would like to know how he convinced her to do an interview. I don't know. I think Hunter ran into the woods to relieve himself. That could be. That could be, Tony. Okay, Jenny from the Hood. Peggy K said he probably went in the woods to use the bathroom. Sassy Dorsey. I am new and uber polite. Beaver food. Thank you. Thank you, John Wasaki. I've got to find that guy again. That guy in the boat told me a beaver would flap its tail. All of the interviews seem to leave you with more questions. Yes, Crystal, they do. Tammy, they have all the phones, so they got disposable phones. But that's not what she says, Tammy Flo. That's her interview. She says that all the TikTok videos that he sent her. So it doesn't make it sound like she says I have to give them to them. You mean you're saying, and they are not supposed to have been talking since, I don't know, Tammy Flo. I don't know. It didn't sound that way. He did clarify that Summer wasn't given any food during the day while they were out. Okay. Yes, Carol, it is heartbreaking. Today made me feel bad for her. It hit me different than I expected. Yeah. Very sad. This is very, very tragic. TikTok says, I think we're seeing fragments of information. I think law enforcement is oh, I've read that already. Okay, hang on. I'm back to the beginning. She has all the TikToks. Those twisted teas go right through you. Really, Robin? I've never had one, so I don't know. The only twisted teas I know about, they're not alcoholic. They're like lemonade and iced tea. Like the Arnold Palmer ones or something. But maybe they're not twisted teas. What's in a twisted tea? What kind of alcohol? Lisa says he was using the bathroom. Maybe he went into the woods to drink the twisted tea. Could be. Or maybe smoke the vape. If you believe Candace that he took the vape and she didn't buy it for him, maybe he grabbed the vape and ran off into the woods to drink the tea and vape. Who knows? You never seen this either, Olga? I'd swim there. Yeah, the place didn't look dirty to me. Maybe a lot of you have not gone in places like that, but that didn't look dirty. It's like a wine cooler. Okay. I feel that Dawn met up with Candace and drove Summer's body a state away and hit her, then called 911 and got there before the cops. I think it's important that people understand that there are many people that have flat emotions like Candace. It could be, and it could be also when something is really traumatic. Believe me, I know you can go completely numb. You can go completely numb and not have any reaction. And it usually scares the person. I know it scared me, okay? It scared me a lot. And it's your body's own way of protecting you. And I will tell you that I read it in a book of all parents that have lost children, and they all describe in this book that as soon as they hear it's real, that numbness washes over you completely. It's a very, very strange thing. Very strange thing. And that's why a lot of times you see parents that lost a child and they're not crying at the funeral. Everybody else could be crying and they're not crying. Okay? It's because there's a tremendous numbness, and people thank God for it. I know I did. Because you would, I don't think you would be able to function otherwise. It's the body's way to protect itself. You go into a shock, and that's what they told me, because I asked them, I said, something is wrong with me. And they said, why? And I said, because I don't feel anything. I feel nothing. And they said, because you're in shock. And they said, and then you will probably feel nothing. You may go through a year or 2 years of numbness. It's something I would have never thought. And I'll tell you, there was a little tiny taste of it I had when Luke was born, and he was not like breathing on his own, and he was having issues. And normally I would be like a frantic wreck, and the doctor was working on me, and I was just like looking over, and I wondered about that, and I never even told it to anybody except my friend who had a similar experience, and she said she felt the same way when they thought, her baby didn't have a heartbeat anymore. He did. He was full term, and he did. He held the baby. But the time when they were doing that, like normally she was a very anxious person, and suddenly it's like you just come out of your own body, and it's something very, very strange. So she could be feeling that. And you don't know. The doctor could have given her something, or she could be self-medicating with something, Same thing happened to me when my mother passed away. Yeah, it happens. Yeah. Mommy, if I had a ranch, there would be a few people in here that would be, let's see. Felt like a zombie for 2 years after losing my mom, brother, and sister and son. Oh, yeah. I'm sorry to hear that, Mimi K. I heard Don say that they've gotten a lawyer. Yes, he did say that. I went over that yesterday. If that's true, I wouldn't think that they would be advised to take state. Yes, I agree, MCC. I do agree. Why would they be doing these interviews, right? Because if she says herself, people are going to take whatever she says and twist it. And they're both talking about they've never seen so much hate. Why do that? If it's not even required, it's not a law enforcement thing. Why do that? Why give the interview? So maybe it was to get back. Someone said just to get back at Allie and Hunter doing an interview, or what? Hi Ashley, sounds revenge. You want revenge? What do you want revenge on? Did you change your name? Whoa, Lisa. What are you looking for revenge on? Hi, Doug Parker. Lawyers are expensive, and I don't believe you can get a public defender if you aren't charged with a crime. Correct? Yeah. Right. Right. If she's Well, if she's brought in for questioning and stuff, they'll give her an attorney at that point. So she might have one. Perhaps it's to keep the case in the public eye. Yeah, I don't know, Tony. Thanks again for the content in chat. Have a good evening. Have a good evening, Michelle M. Probably to deny what Hunter and Allie said. Yeah, maybe. Hi, Galby. Kristen, this channel is only talking about the interview from her today. And only one some were found. I think it's because Chris wants to keep it balanced but safety, and he's assured her that he is a professional. I think she just wants her daughter back, Baby Doe said. Yeah, I'm sure she does, yeah. I don't feel like that interview was to clear her name. There were facts and there were less than facts. True, Michelle. No, Kristen, it's not a pro anything. We're just looking at the case. Why? Did I say something that was pro something or other? Should change my name. MRB, it's part of a name of a band. Oh, okay. She just wants revenge. I'll share this far and wide. I thought feels like forever ago since the Little Beautiful. Missing. Okay. The attorneys could be assigned by the court. CPS removed the other children, right? And each parent gets a separate attorney. This is not called open-minded. Why is it not called open-minded, Carolyn? What's not open-minded? High nurse of all trades. It's definitely not a jump into conclusions and making up conspiracies channel. Correct. I think the TBI is going to try and break her tomorrow. They're getting her in under the premise of not her lie detector test. Of another lie detector test, I think you mean? Yeah. I think I'll change it. People seem really turned off by it. A little bit. Maybe it makes people scared. I'm sorry, but I have known people just like Candace. Okay, Kirsten. Wonder what the law enforcement thinks of the video. They study the victimology. It has to break soon. The tension is obvious. Yeah, it is, Sandra, you know. Let's see. Bella Chihuahua. Jimmy Fogarty. I have a brain injury. And do same as you. Did they ever search the property with dogs? Yes, they did search with dogs, yes. You can hear, let's see here. You're allowed to have your opinion, Kristen. Yeah, you can have an opinion, Kristen. Sure. And if anybody wants to call in and give their opinion, you're welcome. Just let me know. All you have to do is send me an email. Hi, Carolyn. Love, prayers, and blessings. Hi, Angelina. Having your opinion. Please understand I meant no disrespect to you. I know Don is not being abusive. Oh, I hope Don is not being abusive. Let's hope so. Hi, Margot K. Do you think his series of interviews are better? I don't know, Michelle. I don't know. I don't think he's going like there, like he didn't go to that drug dealer question. So I think he's purposely not going there with certain questions, or maybe he did go there and cut them out. Someone said that he runs them by the TBI. Today he said he is not an agent for the TBI. He's merely trying to help find Summer. I don't know what that means. I don't know if he is brought this one by the TBI, but hopefully he did, before he aired it. I think that's what people were saying. So if that's what he's doing, maybe they told him, maybe he did ask that question and they told him to cut it out. We don't know. There's obviously things that were cut from the video. So let's hope everything is according to what the TBI wants. Deco Paint and Tea. Hi, Deco Paint and Tea. I think Dawn is up to more than Candace, but Candace seems like the type of woman who might cover for him. Could be in part 2. Yeah, that's tomorrow. Chris did edit a few times, and I'm sure he has his reasons. Yes, obviously. Yeah, there was edited. Yes, you could see that. There was. Can you please put the number in Slack? Okay. Yeah. I just have to go over here for the number. Hang on, I'm still here. For the new people, I'm still here. I just have to go over here to give the number so it doesn't show. Robin, I got your interview. I'll look at that case. Trying to get to Slack. Okay. There we go. All right. Let me see. If anybody else wants to call in and you're not in Slack, you can send an email. And if you type in !email, and Nightbot will give you the email. Hi, Tracy W. What are we discussing? We're discussing the Summer Wells, her mother, Candace Bly's interview today. Because Candace is scared of Don. That might be a reason. She'd cover for him if needed. Do we have confirmation he really was at work? I don't know. Hi, Ramarty. Mommy, have you seen Don's new Facebook post? Let me see. Let me go check out his new Facebook post. Okay, let's see. Which one is that? Would it be, this is, I'm not, hold on. Are you talking about we don't need her crazy ASS stuff at our house? I think he said that in regards to a psychic. Is that what happened? Is that the one you're talking about? Yeah, the psychic. Let me see. Oh, this one. Okay. So this one, Donald Wells says, nothing is about summer anymore. Seems like a war between hate and love. I lose my daughter and people attack me. I tell the truth and people say I lie. Thanks to the ones who know love and not hate. They are the ones that believe me. Is that the one you're talking about? That must be the one you're talking about, right? Let me see. Is that the one? Let's see. The psychic, I'm with you. What is that? I would imagine he was at work. That would be checkable, wouldn't it? Yeah, except that he could work for a contractor and, I don't know what. It's not like he's probably not punching a time card or something like, I don't know. Didn't they say the TBI couldn't confirm it or something? Well, that's what Hunter said, so who knows? They would know if Don, yeah, they could, if he had, yeah, cell data, that would be, yeah, a good way to know, right? I'm an empath. I have very bad vibes from Candace. I believe Candace and her mother did something. It could be, Kristen. It could be. And that's why I think Don is the worst of them all. I mean, we just don't know, right? An accident might have happened and they're covering. Could be, Teresa, right? And they were living their best life. He was like, I think Don's an independent contractor. Exactly, yeah. Well, that or he, is it that he works, or is that the other guy? I'm trying to think. Carolyn, did you get mad because my sister's name? Regina, I don't even know what you're talking about. Did I get mad because of your sister's name? I don't even know your sister's name, Regina. Who's your sister? Carolyn, did you get mad because my sister's name? Who's your sister, Regina? Her name on YouTube is Mommy1919. She says, you think? No, I don't think she copied my name. That's your sister, Regina? Okay, well, I have a lot of people that come in and try to do things with names to trigger me. And the reason the 1919 is because the 19 is my son's birthday who passed. And Mommy, so yes, it did seem like it was that way. If it is really your sister, then I'm sorry. But it seemed very triggering to me. And I've had a lot of that. She seems to have made it home. Maybe she got left in the hot car. That's possible. You know, but I mean, would you call it an ambulance or something, or maybe, you know, why wouldn't you call an ambulance? Maybe because you left your, you know, I mean, worst case scenario, let's say she was incapacitated and forgot about her in the car. Summer's 5, right? I don't think she sits in a car seat. Could she not get herself out of the car? She did say something about having to go around and open the car doors on the one side. But, you know, if it was an accident, but now they're prosecuting people for that. But if it was an accident, you know, you probably would call 911, but let's just say something happened and, you know, she didn't want to call 911 because something happened and it was too late. I don't know. It's a possibility. It's a possibility at this point. Could happen, you know. Could be. We don't know, you know. I don't think that happened. No accident by leaving or in the car. Okay. I don't know. Maybe if I live in a town 3, I know lots of families. I'm not very being poor. What's it called? Too many CPS reports. Curious why no one is going, Carolyn. She seems lovely. Curious why no one is going, Carolyn. She seems lovely and fair. I'm not following you, Crystal. Curious why no one is going, Carolyn. Curious why no one is going, Carolyn. She seems lovely and fair. I don't know. The county where this happened borders the county where I live. Really, Joby? That's what I'm thinking. An accident happened and Candace freaked out. Well, she did use the word freaking out, hot mess, this and that. Now, I mean, when I've lost my child, like when I say lost my child, inside my house, there are 2 times that I can remember. Once with my son Michael, and I was freaked out. And the first thing I thought about was the lake, and I couldn't think of anything else. And I wouldn't even search the rest of the house because I was so worried about the lake. And I had my neighbors and everybody, and I was running like Forrest Gump all around, flipping out. And I looked the first thing in the lake, and I couldn't see anything. And then I ran back up to the house, and he was standing, and he was 3 years old, standing in the shower in the kids' bathroom, just going like this, "Shall we?" And I was like, oh my gosh. And then once Luke, 1 minute they're there, and 1 minute you're like, what? And I couldn't find him. And Jimmy was at work, and Ethan was at preschool, and I had to go get Ethan from preschool. And I'm looking all around for him. I can't find him, and he's not a kid that walked around outside. And I mean, I looked everywhere in the house. And I'm starting to get panicky. And then Ray was home, and I got Ray, and I said, oh my gosh. And I was like passing out. So I said, I don't know where he is, and we've got to go outside. We got to look. And I couldn't even get a hold of myself. So yeah, I was a hot mess. And guess where he was? He was asleep under, I even wrote a post about it. I'm sure I have it somewhere. He fell asleep under the kids had a little trampoline inside the house in the family room. Okay, one with the handle. And he fell asleep under the trampoline. And I didn't see him because his whole body was concealed under the trampoline. And I was like, oh my gosh, I was flipping out. Okay, so yeah, and you get that, it's horrible. So she could have been, a hot mess if she didn't know where her child was or whatever. What happened, Alley Cat tells? She's had the name. Well, I can't see her profile. I don't know that she's had the name for 8 years. It's okay, Regina. You heard CPS was coming to kids. Yes, the kids were taken the day she did this interview. Michelle. Speaking. Oh, okay. I see, Ellie. I gotcha. Then I heard him laughing an aisle away. Yeah. Yeah, it's a horrible feeling. It's a horrible feeling. This boy who passed away, I always had to keep a close eye on him too. He's quick to run and hide. Yeah. And then, let's see, Candace just used a lot of Southern lingo in the interview. I didn't even think. Yeah. And kids can disappear just like that. I mean, it's crazy, right? It's absolutely crazy how fast they can disappear. Well, different reason. There's hype now because the kids lived in poor conditions. Yeah, I mean, if they took the boys out, I believe the police are getting ready. It could be, Carol, it could be. They move so fast. Did Luke get a haircut? Yeah, Luke got a haircut. Yep. You gonna show your haircut?
So, yeah, you already know I was on the Lakers with LeBron James. Right, Mom?
What? Oh, yeah, on the Lakers, but they can't see you, Luke. You got to go this, yeah, that way.
With LeBron James, you know that, right, Mom? Not the kids in my school.
Mm-hmm. Wait, it's definitely better than for them to be somewhere else. Yeah, and I'm
Hi,
sure they're
Luke.
just trying to protect the kids. Yeah.
Luke, I like your hair.
Thank you. Look,
Looks great.
let me see it for a second. I think I like that. I like that line right there. I like that.
Let me see the back, Luke. You cut it
Oh,
short.
she wants to see the back. Here, you got to turn. Yeah, right
See?
there.
Oh yeah, I can see that with my new eyes. That looks good.
Jimmy did it,
Yeah.
Jimmy did it.
I cut
Wow.
Dad's hair.
and he cut Dad's hair.
I cut his
Oh,
hair.
and I see Jimmy's hair. Luke, I hope you got
can
that
see how
right.
good I did his hair.
I'm telling you the
Alright.
truth. Luke cut my hair.
You're just like Luke. Look at you.
Going the
look-
wrong way.
Yeah.
Okay? I go that way and it goes that way, so
Yeah,
I
I
can't
know.
help
I
it.
get- I get
But
back-
Luke cut my hair, and see,
You
I don't
guys
know if you
are
look
looking
close, you
handsome.
can see, but I got hair up here, and I told him which ones to use, but he did a great job. He went he put a lower one here. He made a little line around the edge here.
See the back
Yeah.
again?
I love it.
I don't know. I
That's
can't see that.
great.
Can you see it?
Yeah, we can. Yeah.
Looks good. You don't have any
I
like
can't see it.
pieces
Is it
sticking
bad?
out
No.
It's good.
or
Oh,
any
okay.
missing holes.
Yeah, Luke did it.
I like.
You
Shave,
did it.
shave.
Shave,
Good
shave,
job,
shave.
Luke.
Now it's time for your turn, Mom.
Yeah. Okay. I think I'll be okay.
So can I talk about what I saw in the
Yeah.
interview
Yeah. Go
today?
ahead. Yeah.
Okay, because I saw the whole thing. One of the things that I noticed in the interview was number one, he had said it at members only chat. So like within the two videos, there were like thousands of people becoming members. I saw some particular people who were from, I'm not even gonna give them credit to describe their community, but they were in there. I also saw a lot of people saying really nasty things about the mom and accusations. And this is after he had asked everybody not to do that to her. And just watching her, I think, I don't know, this is my opinion, that she may have been through some form of abuse before because she was timid. And so I put them on the big screen TV and she did cry. I saw her crying. And he also edited the video, so maybe we did not see every single second of that video. Now, she seemed, I thought, in my opinion, she was genuinely upset. And you could see as he was walking her through certain things, the way she was moving, that she was remembering back. And everybody deals with grief differently. When my mom passed away at the funeral, everybody was crying and crying. And I didn't cry at the funeral. And it wasn't until maybe 3-4 months after that where I literally like broke down, where I may have seemed strong and numb at the funeral. I just couldn't believe it. I couldn't accept it. And so I do know that people, grief is different. And I just want to see what law enforcement comes out with before I form an opinion. Because I think a lot of people go through different social media, they hear different things, and they get confused as to where they heard it from. And they think something is true when it's not true. And the family dynamic for that family itself, it's not, it's complicated. You can tell it's complicated. And I also noticed that she did act very different than when she was interviewed beside her husband. And I found that curious. But I feel bad for her for things that people said in the chat. Honestly, obviously I don't know if she did it. I don't know if she had anything to do with it. And you know what my job is. And you have to have evidence. And something like this, what if it turns out that she had nothing to do with it and she's going through an attack on social media? Surely, yes, everybody can have an opinion. We all have one, but it's totally unnecessary to say things about her and to comment about their lifestyle and to comment about the way she speaks. You know, maybe she didn't have the same education as other people. When you live in those areas, it is a very like laid back lifestyle. They talk differently, the cadence of their speech is different, and so you can't judge somebody like that. And I saw so many horrible things today, it made me cry. And I'm just basically so fed up of the abuse that is going on in social media. And that is why when that person came into the chat, I reacted that way. Because I knew exactly what she was doing in our chat.
Yeah. See, when I listen to it, I write, so I can't see any chat. I just can just hear it and see, and I see no chat. I just write in that notebook.
Yeah, I just don't appreciate people coming in here and trying to say that you're a certain type of person. Obviously, they don't know you, and I'm just not going to have that anymore, and I can't.
Right.
I mean, I don't have a wrench or anything, but if somebody's doing something like that, I'm going to answer in chat and say, you don't know her, and why would you say that about her? Because that's not true.
Right.
And I mean, she's lucky Jeanette wasn't up here.
Right. Oh, yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Yep. Absolutely.
So that's all I had to say. And I wanted to say hello, and I hope you had a good, relaxing day.
Yeah, I did. I mean, I listened to this. I did some lake sweeping and stuff, but yeah. But I'm just, I don't know. I'm going to hold out. I don't think anybody should, nobody's even listed as a person of interest or a suspect from law enforcement yet, that we have anything. And when we don't have all the facts and we don't know everything that they know. And I think just to, there's a lot of, I don't know, it's not, you shouldn't be doing that because you don't know what's going on. We don't. We could think we know what's going on, but we don't.
Right, we don't. People think that they are automatically entitled to knowing things about law enforcement. No, they're not. And even defense attorneys have to do several motions to get information, to get discovery. None of us as normal people are entitled to anything unless LE decides to release it or there's a court order to release it. It's not happening.
Right, yeah. And you have a southern accent is fine, J.A. Everybody speaks differently. I mean, it would be boring if we were all the same.
Well, J.A., I love Alabama accents. I like all different types of accents.
Well, you could guess all day. Right, and then guessing all day, I mean, it's like, and then, I don't know, it's just you get these preconceived notions and then somebody's not involved and then what, then what? Hi, Lorelei.
Yeah, so I said my piece. I just had to come up and say that.
Oh, thanks. We'll be on again later. I mean, with something else, so... but thanks for putting in your 2 cents.
You're welcome.
Hey, Anna. Hi, Anna. Anna?
Hi, Anna, with 2 N's.
Hi,
I
John
think she's
Cuddy.
muted.
Anna?
She might be muted.
And you sound like a man. My uncle asked what I did to my voice. Oh, wow. And some people have thyroid issues that make their voice much deeper and raspy and stuff. Hoarse sounding. Hi, Anna.
Hi.
Hi, Anna, with 2 N's.
Hi, Mimi.
How are you, sweetie?
I'm okay. It's in the middle of the night for me.
Oh, what time is it there?
It's 5:42. Well, it's morning, but I've been up all night.
Oh, yeah? Did you watch this interview?
Yes, I have my own opinion, and I do not want to speculate on social media.
Yeah.
I keep it to myself, and of course I have my own opinion of what happened, but I'm not going to write them down.
Well, you could write that. That would probably be a good thing to do. You could write them down, and then when things happened, you could see if you were right or not. And then you wouldn't, be out there saying stuff. Maybe it would be better for a lot of people to write things down. Hi, 10th Angel. Let's see. So
When you told me about your son, when your son went missing, or your both sons, my mind started wandering away when I lost my son in Copenhagen, and I was freaking out. I got so scared. Oh my gosh.
oh yeah. You know, and it doesn't even matter if they're, oh my gosh, there's a band down, and we live in a very small town, and they have a band concert, and they actually had an album, and it's like the older people, and they play these old songs, like there's like these Polish songs and waltzes, things, but it was when I was a little kid, and when my oldest three were little, my sister and I used to go every week. And so we would sit there, and it was at, night, and we were getting ready to go. And again, it's a small town. And my sister and I were talking to a friend of ours from up here. And then I look around and I can't find my daughter. My daughter is like 10 or 11 years old at this time. And she's like hyper aware. She still is. She's all anxious like that, right? Oh, that happened in 2020. She's not the kind of kid that would just walk away. And I'm like, where is Alexandra? And then my boys and then my sister's kids are like looking at me like, I don't know. And I just started going like a lunatic, like, where is Alexandra? Right? And then everybody started looking. So it wasn't even that and I forget where the heck she was. It was like she was back. They were looking at something in the creek or something with a friend that was there, but I didn't know. And so it didn't even matter that I knew she could swim and all that. I was just frantic. And she was 10, 11 years old, but I couldn't find her for a minute. So yeah, it still happens even when they're older, but it was just crazy. And I was like, oh my gosh.
It's a horrible feeling.
Yeah.
You are like, you can't think, you are going crazy. Oof.
Right.
I get goosebumps from thinking about that. Oh, and then I got mad with him because, why did you leave me? Why did you walk away? Haven't I told you to always stay beside me?
Yeah.
What are you thinking about? We're in Copenhagen. You could get snatched.
Yeah.
What are you thinking about? And then you feel sorry that you became angry with your child.
Yeah. But yeah.
Your first instinct is like, damn,
Right.
why did you wait?
Yeah. Yeah, no. I mean, my kids, because like once I said, I think I said to Luke, don't go away. And I just said like a bad person could take you. And that was all I had to say. And my kids were like, these two especially, were like more than even so the other three. They were like they're still to this day. We could go into one store. Let's say we even went into Dollar Tree where it's a standalone store. They won't even go like into the next aisle because Luke used to think that we were, he used to make us feel so bad because he's like, don't leave without me. I'm like, Jimmy, I'd be like, when have we ever left anywhere without you? Like we've never done such a thing. Why would you even think that? But he was like extremely anxious that somebody would leave without him. So, they're just like, they're like that constantly. Like, where are you going? Where are you going? Where will I go? Yeah, like it's just, it doesn't matter. They were like a second skin, which is good, in today's world. Yeah, it's crazy, crazy world. Trying to think, but let's see what you find. Did you find? Oh, you're talking to Justin about something. Thanks everyone for being respectful. Yeah, but I mean, I will go over the second part of the interview. I guess it'll be she's going to take him through the house. So, let's see what's going on there. Yeah, thanks for everyone being respectful with their opinion. Yeah, that's nice. You got lost in Disney and it was terrifying. You used a worker's mobile. And so our parents these days putting too much fear into them versus making, them not aware. Yeah, it is. It's a fine line. But again, one thing I'll never do is like let my kids go to the bathroom alone. I'm petrified of the bathrooms now anywhere. So. Especially as far as true crime goes, everyone is able to treat this family like a circus act. Yeah, I mean, they're watching social media and everything, and you've got to think, like a lot of people think, well, big deal, I'm behind a keyboard, I can say what I want. It's like they were saying today, and you hear it all the time, people say, I never knew there was so much hate until you come to a forum where people would say things that they would never say. Maybe some people, there are probably a few people that would say things, because there are people that are just really hateful all around. But most people wouldn't say the things that they type to anyone's face. They might say it behind closed doors to somebody, or, but there's just such a level where people just say, really, there's like absolutely no filter or anything. Hi, Larky. And you have to figure out that, if you're wrong, and the Sean is a very good example, and that really showed me, because if you went by all the body language and everything, it would appear he was lying like crazy. And he wasn't. So that really taught me you could be almost certain of something, but there's going to be an exception. And that certainly was an exception there. I just wish you would have by the bell. Yeah, Danielle, after all, he is, I guess trying to space it out a little bit and lead up to it. I don't know. They can be big bad bully online, but offline, not so much, right? I think we can all agree. Yep. So anyway, I'm gonna, if nobody else has anything, and that because I have to do a happy mail now, Carol. Because I'm trying to keep everything into separate videos, and I know it's going to be hard for a while, but I'm going to be right back on doing a happy mail. Carol, did you get me the happy mail that came with CANDY? I'm spelling it like she, yeah. It's just being stupid. I don't know if it's this Carol. Is it, because Carol's in here, right? People can misinterpret PTSD for someone having zero emotions. Right. And people can also have other conditions and also numbness too. You know what I mean? Can be a big factor. Hello, ooh la la, how are you?
That's a cool name.
Let's see. Yeah. Let's see.
I am getting, Carolyn, I'm probably getting my house tomorrow. Do you think you, Kubi, and I could, we could do a night with the houses?
Yeah, sure.
I don't know if anybody else is ordering it. Maybe. That'd be great. So, also, I'm embarrassed to say your happy mail is still sitting on my desk.
Oh, that's okay.
No, I had the 2 surgeries and then I have to go quite a distance to get to the post office. But I think I'm just going to do that. You can have FedEx send you the labels and do that, because the post office has not been my favorite place recently.
Yeah, I know. I feel you there. I take
understaffed.
forever to send out stuff to people. It's I don't know what my problem is with it, but there's.
Can I please ask you a question?
Sure.
Have you gotten food from abroad, like in Happy Meal, like?
Yes, I think yes, because I had candy sent to me from places.
Because I had packed for a long time ago. probably years now.
Oh dear.
I have packed a big pack with all kinds of sweet stuff.
Oh yeah, I think you told me a long time ago, didn't you?
Long time ago, I was I was about. They said you can't send food over to the States, and I was like, oh my gosh, why?
Is it
So I was
sealed?
wondering. It was
Anna?
no, it was not sealed, so to say.
I think you can send it if it's in the sealed original container.
Well, I know there's certain things like Scooter couldn't send. She was trying to send a soft drink or something, a seltzer, like a sparkling water, and they wouldn't let her send that. So I don't know, but candy, I've had like candy bars and stuff sent to me, the Cadbury stuff, and Bella Mac sent Vegemite and stuff. Yeah, check my email, snow remover. Okay, hang on. Oh, okay. Somebody wants to call in. Okay, sure.
What does a Vegemite sandwich taste like?
I don't know. They said it's very salty. I just couldn't bring myself to do it.
I just remember it from the song.
Yeah, Vegemite sandwich, right?
Yeah, when I was coming back from my last surgery, there was a 80s. You know how they play like a certain set of music at one time? And It was all 80s. It had like the B-52s. And there I am because I'm still under the influence of anesthesia. No, I covered up listening to 80s music.
Right. Let's see here. Trying to fix. I just have to put my watch on the charger here because it just buzzed on me and said, "Charge me." Okay. All right.
Are
So
you using that new charger you got where it hangs?
well,
You know
yeah.
the
I
one
mean,
that
I
you
will.
got
I
with
will. I right now I have it on this, and I haven't even taken it because I'm going to put it upstairs. I think that one, but I haven't. Yeah. The watch needs to be charged so often. Like, well,
Yeah,
it's like
the
once a day.
battery-
Where the Fitbit
battery
sometimes
doesn't
could go
last.
like 3 days, and I'm just not used to that it needs so much charging.
I have to charge it like every night.
Yeah, definitely once a day. Yeah, my son's got one too, and it's
then when
definitely
I'm
once a
like,
day.
put it on.
Let's see, Amy's here. Okay.
Cute doggy, Amy.
Is that a doggy? Oh, it looks like a little bear. Is that? Oh,
Well-
it is a doggy. It looks like a little bear. What? Okay. Hi there, Amy. Hi, Amy.
She's probably on mute.
I don't think she's on mute. Amy, if you can hear us, you have to connect your audio. Try to see. You might have to reconnect it. The defense rested, Rose? Because I didn't get to replay the rest of it. The defense rested or the prosecution? Both sides rested?
Can you hear me?
Yes, hi.
Okay, I couldn't figure it out there for a second.
How are you?
Yeah, that's my dog Ronan.
Oh, hi, Ronan. He looks kind of like a bear a little bit.
He does. He's a little teddy bear. He's a little chunker. But I was just gonna say in regards to, I never wandered off when I was younger because my mom always told me the story about Adam Walsh. You know, and that stuck with me.
Right,
so
yeah.
I never wandered anywhere.
Yeah,
But,
that's like my kids after I told them about that bad person might take them.
Yeah.
Especially Luke, he just like never. He was just like always there. He just like I feel like I made him too paranoid or something, but yeah.
I just get spooked really easy, or I used to get spooked really easy, and just, I was never one to wander.
Right,
So,
right.
But anyway, I watched the interview today, and I'm one who's swayed easily, I guess, until I think about it for a while. I thought Hunter was telling the truth, mostly like what he said, 80-20. And then today, I felt for Candace. So I don't know, but there's gaps between both sides of the story. So somewhere in the middle is the truth. And I just wish, Summer would be found
Of course,
one way
yeah.
or the other,
Yeah, of course, yeah.
So
Yeah.
it's just
It's
one
just
thing
weird.
that
There's not a trace of her anywhere, right? It's like,
I know. And no offense, but they don't seem like the type of people that could plan a grand scheme. You know what I mean? I don't mean that I don't mean in a mean way. I'm just saying, they just don't seem like they're too bright in some ways. And I just don't know if they could pull it off, like hiding Summer, or if something.
I think it's extremely hard. Like it's hard for anyone to do that. I mean, look at Photos Doulos. There were still things that got him caught. The surveillance cameras are all over, so he got caught putting away the clothing, in the town and throwing, things there, and then the luminol and stuff inside the garage, bringing up all of that stuff. So, in a way,
he wasn't smart either. But
it's not even I think he was a smart man. I think it's just that there's so many. Sometimes they overestimate how smart they are, and they think that that's their undoing. But so many cameras around these days.
Yeah, you can't get away with anything.
And if you're like, you can see, and then DNA and the dogs and this and luminol.
Forensics.
Yeah, all of that. So it kind of makes you think, well, maybe then she is with someone, or maybe something.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. I mean, it's someone mentioned today the Shannon, is it Matthews class, the girl in the UK, and she went missing, and everybody thought she was taken, and she ended up. It was a scheme that was hatched up from her mother and some other guy. It was her boyfriend to get it reward money or something, and they had the little girl hidden in a mattress box spring or something. I do want to look into this case again, because somebody did mention it today, and said the mother wasn't acting right, and there were a lot. If you haven't, I really do want to look at that, because someone told me to watch a documentary about it, and I'll have to find out what it's called. And I did watch it, but I want to watch it again. And maybe that's one we can do on a movie night or something. But I do want to go into that case, because it's something like this. They thought the little girl was gone, and everybody thought she was dead and didn't know what was going on, and it ended up that she was found alive. Thankfully.
Yeah, that would be interested in. I'm going to definitely look that up, because I've never heard of that case.
Yeah, is it Shannon Matthews? Is it Shannon Matthews or Shannon? Yeah, Shannon Matthews. Yeah, the mother and the boyfriend, right?
Wow.
So
And,
I mean, that's a case.
There's one with a teacher that she didn't like the way the little girl was being raised, and she just took her.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I think they caught her like after a couple of weeks, but she didn't do any harm to her. She just didn't think her parents were taking good care of her, and so she just took her.
And how did they find her? Do you know?
I think just from investigating and the way she was acting and like calling in sick to work. That was a while ago, but see, that's probably like the best case scenario.
Yeah, absolutely.
The person cares about the child, and I think that people were judgmental already about the family. That's definitely could be a possibility.
That could be. I thought about that. That would be not so bad.
Yeah, maybe they just thought.
Course, yeah. Then the alternative that
Absolutely. But then I was thinking about Hunter said that there was a guy or whatever, and then Candy said that was a bunch of bull. But then she said that the neighbor had a guy over. Was that, or some guy?
There was a blue. The blue van. She mentions a blue van, and she thought that was the neighbor's visitors. but then she said that was the guy that was trying to move in, so she makes it sound that that was the guy in the tent. It was kind of confusing a little bit.
Yeah, that's
there.
what I was. So I wondered if maybe if it could be, you know, the people in the tent like wandered over through the woods rather than up through the driveway where the dogs and stuff are, and could have like, you know, beckoned somewhere over with like Candy or one of her dogs or something, a puppy.
Yeah, you know, I mean, anything. There's so many things that are possible. You don't know. I mean, I just can't believe there's like no. It's been what?
No
Gosh,
trace.
it's almost
Yeah.
It's almost what? It's 6 weeks almost. Pretty soon,
Yeah.
6 weeks. Yeah, and
It's
nothing.
crazy.
Do you
Nothing.
remember the guy in the balloon?
In the balloon?
Yeah.
No.
The parent said, "Oh my gosh, the boy's in the balloon, and the balloon went up in the skies, and
Oh, I remember that.
oh,
That experimental balloon they said he got carried away in.
yeah, right."
Oh, weren't those people on Wife Swap? Weren't they storm chasers?
I thought he was some sort of. I think so.
I thought they were on Wife Swap, and they were storm chasers. And then the news was that a few years later, or that they said the boy was up there, but he never was. Right?
Right.
Right.
No, they were
I
hiding
believe
him in the
those
house.
people were on Wife Swap.
Yeah, I think you're right. They were on something.
Yeah.
For sure. Because they had some sort of notoriety from something else. before
Yeah,
the
he
news
was a
stories.
storm chaser, and then he was like always like into building gadgets and things with the kids, right? And
Right.
and stuff like that. And then yeah, I think it was like a year later or something. They're like, well, you know, the family that was on there. Yeah, I think the parents are involved. Okay, that's Rose. But I was. They were. Yeah, they were. Rose said. Okay.
When did Candace's mother leave the property? I didn't.
They didn't say when. They just said that she's not there anymore. Her trailer is locked up. I guess we'll see more of that tomorrow. Maybe there'll be an answer on timeline, but it's just that the trailer is locked up and she's not there. Balloon boy, right?
Excuse me, Carolyn.
Yeah.
Tammy McD is saying to tell you that Carol here sent it to you.
Okay, the
I don't know
Carol,
what that
yeah, okay, got it, Carol. I'm gonna open it after this. When we end this one, I'm gonna start up another one and open that. But yeah, they were on Wife Swap, and he was trying to say, he wasn't invented, and he was trying to say,
Wasn't he inventing things?
yes, that's
That
what I
was the
thought.
balloon.
Yeah, that he was an inventor. Is that what you're saying?
Invented.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, and he was chasing
And they hid the
storms
little
too. I
boy.
think.
That's crazy.
The
Yeah.
little boy was hidden in the attic or something.
Yeah, they were hiding him out while people were running around looking for him everywhere.
Crazy.
They probably got fined for that. Wow.
No, Regina, they haven't.
Anyway, I just thought I'd pop in and throw in my 2 cents, which wasn't much, but thank you for having me.
Oh, you're welcome. You're
Thanks for
welcome.
coming up.
Oh,
I
you're
think
welcome.
Carolyn,
Yeah,
you're
10th
going to Happy Mail now.
Yeah, I think so. So 10th Angel,
Awesome.
I'm gonna start a new one, and I'm gonna do the Happy Mail. So if you want to come on that one, because I'm trying to keep this one to the Summer Wells case, so that way
Awesome.
people. But I'm going to start right back up with another one. So please look out for us because you're not going to get any notifications. And I have a few things to open. I have Carol, and then you could come on and show your house too, 10th Angel. All right?
Well, everyone have a great night.
Okay.
You too, honey.
Thanks.
Bye.
Bye. Thank
you
you,
guys
Heather
soon.
Rosario, for becoming a deputy rambler. Okay. So I'm going to close this one out and open up a new one, guys. All right?
All right, guys.
All right.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Let me see. Actually, gonna